Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Most people think painting skin this large is a nightmare, but for this cave troll we are going to turn a flat grey 3D print into living relic of Moria with just some layering techniques. If you want that fresh out of mountain look without 50 hours work, this is how to do it. Today we are embarking on an epic journey to bring this monster to life, this incredible 3D printed cave troll from the depth of Moria. If you are into Lord of the Rings miniatures or looking to elevate your miniature painting tutorial game, you are in the right place. We are going to transform this raw print into battle hardened beast, starting with the very foundation, its base. As you see, our cave troll comes in several pieces, and like any great project, preparation is key. First up, the base. This is where our troll will stand, and we wanted to tell the story. You might notice some signs of 3D printing supports underneath. To ensure a perfectly smooth finish, I'm taking some fine grit sandpaper to carefully smoothing out those areas. It's a small step but crucial for a professional look. Once sanded, it's time for foundational layer, a solid coat of black primer. This provides an even surface for our paints and helps all subsequent colors pop. Using an airbrush, I'm starting with partial application of an earthy orange brown followed by darker brown. This creates a rich variant undertone for a rocky terrain. Let that dry completely, and then we will move to the fantastic technique for adding incredible texture. Here's a pro tip for achieving those dramatic large crackles you see on many high-end tabletop miniatures. I'm applying PVA. I'm applying PVA glue on those areas which I want the crackle effect. This trick is to let the PVA glue partially dry for about 30 to 40 minutes until it's tracky but not fully cured. Then I apply the crackle effect product directly on top. We will leave this for 24 hours to allow the crackles to form in their maximum size and depth. This crackle effect tutorial secrets a game changer for realistic painting. After our crackles have fully developed, it's time to bring out the details. I'm using a dry brush technique with stone gray across the entire base to highlight the textures and give it that weathered rock appearance. Our base isn't just rock, it's a battlefield. We have some scattered skulls and bones. I'm painting them with bone white. And there is also a discarded axe. The handle gets a rich wood color and the blade metallic silver. To tie everything together, a black wash is applied over the entire surface. This enhances every crack and detail. And there you have it, a perfectly weathered, detailed, dramatic base, ready for our Lord of the Rings cave troll. Next, we tackle the beast itself. Don't miss it. With our dramatic base complete, it's time to face beast itself. Here we have 3D printed cave troll body prepared and ready with smooth coat of Hope black primer. This dark foundation is crucial for achieving deep, menacing tones we are aiming for. Now for the skin, the heart of this monster, we are creating custom base skin tone by mixing stone grey, elf skin, light flesh and touch of sepia wash. Using the airbrush, I am applying the mix partially across the troll's figure. The key here is not to achieve full uniform coverage. We want that underlying black primer to peek through in places, creating natural shadows and rich, varied texture right from the start. This layering technique is essential for realistic miniature painting. To add some gruesome realism and hint at old wounds or irritated skin, I'm mixing dried rust with dried blood. This creates a subtle fleshy undertone. We will apply partially to areas like armpits, under chest, and face or other fleshy parts. It's these small details that truly bring Lord of the Rings monster to life. Next, we are building up texture with natural gray using dry brush method across the skin. This catches the raised scales and wrinkles, defining the troll's formidable physique. For the prominent stomach and chest areas, I'm mixing our base skin color with light flesh to highlight those raised stretched areas, giving them more organic, slightly translucent appearance. To further enhance the depth and subtle transition, I'm creating slightly darker gray by mixing neutral gray and black. I'm using a wet brush technique, not too wet to cover everything, not too dry to be harsh dry brush. I'm selectively applying this to to the skin, adding more shadows. Then with airbrush, a touch of dark flesh tone goes onto back, under the knees and under the feet. This suggests areas thicker skin, accumulated grime from its cave dwelling. For the final skin highlights, we are mixing stone grey with bone white. Using piece of sponge and dry brush technique, I am gently dabbing this into the most prominent raised areas of the skin. This creates rough, mimicking ancient, hardened, and making those scales truly pop. This is a fantastic miniature painting technique for texture. The clothes needs attention too. First I'm highlighting the raised fabric folds with expired white. Then for its main color, a mix of dried rust with scarlet red, about 40% color, 60% thinner is applied. This gives a worn appearance, fitting for a cave troll. Finally, the nails, sharp and formidable. They start with expired white. Just like the teeth, we will use washes to add realism. Amber wash in the deep areas, then full sepia wash over the entire nail. This creates a grimy look, completing our monster.